Hello everybody, this is T with Kate's Crafty Closet, and I'm here today to show you how I made this Thanks Rainbow Distress card. This is something that popped up in my Facebook feed that I did 4 years ago, so I was like, why not? Before I had a YouTube channel, I said, well, why not do a tutorial on it? I did it on a Facebook Live over in my group at Kate's Crafty Closet, so let's go ahead and get started. This is a clean and simple, easy to mass produce card, and you can change that sentiment up whatever you want to do. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is bring in this black cardstock. This is going to be a side folding card, or you can make it a top folding card, whatever you want. So I am going to score this at 5.5, and I'm just going to go over it a few times to get a good crease, and flip it over, turn it, and then burnish it and get a nice little crease line. So we're not done with that. I went ahead and die cut using the wonky stitch frame, the large rectangle one from My Favorite Things, and cut that out of some white cardstock. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. I'm just going to randomly put score lines on here, and just remember, you can always go back and add more. Can't take them away, but you can add more. And it's like you can put them anywhere you want. It doesn't really matter where you put them at. It's like essentially it winds up looking like a DIY plaid, so to speak, or gingham. So it's like I'm good with that. So we can put our scoreboard aside and our bone folder, and we're going to pull out some ink. So today we're going to use a difference between, not a difference between, but a pink and Maine one and a distress one. So first up I have Festive Berries. These are the mini cubes just because they're easier to swipe across. You can swipe as little or as much as you want. Then we're going to use Spice Marmalade, or Marmalade, however you want to call it, and just swipe it. Next up, we're going to do Mustard Seed. Like I say, you can use any color combination. It doesn't have to be rainbow. Lucky Clover. Okay, Juicy Ink Pads. Mermaid Lagoon. Okay, and then finally this is a pink and Maine one called Midnight Sky, which is going to be our purple. So there we go. In order to distress it up a little bit, normally I would tell you to wait till that ink is dry so you don't contaminate your ink pads, but because this is a gray, I'm okay with that. This is Hickory Smoke. Lightly going to go over the top. Like I'm not pressing hard. I'm just lightly doing that. This is just going to kind of give it that little bit more distress and grungy aspect of it. So you keep doing that till you're happy with it. And then we're going to come in and we're going to stamp that thanks sentiment on there. It's already positioned in here. Because we have ridges in here, we have a little bit of level, we're going to probably have to stamp it more than once, probably 2, possibly 3 different times. So if I say use a pigment ink, works a little bit better. In this case, I'm going to use Verxifine Clear Black Onyx, and I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. If you have a die cut, you can do that. You put Happy Birthday on here. All right, so we're going to flip this over. Press down, give it a little pressure, and I'm actually okay with one stamp on that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out, and I would pull a insert inside of that card like I did, but I don't have one cut, just so you can write on it. So there you go. So we're just going to go ahead and put some foam squares on the back of that. Well, first I got to grab some foam squares. Good thing they're close by. They're not very far away. So let's just go in and put these on. I'm going to put on the back so we can have a little bit of dimension on our card. So here it is in Florida. It's really warm outside today. It's like the weather's been crazy around here. It goes from 37 degree weather to 80 degree weather. So, and the last one, and I usually always put a little bit of liquid adhesive on that so I have a little bit of wiggle room when I put it on our card base. Okay, so we have that done. And then I'm going to go ahead in and put these pearls. My last card that I did 4 years ago, I had sequins on it, and I had a punch that had hello. So these are 3 different sizes in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get the 3 different sizes and put them in the 2 corners. So we have that, and we have this one, and then we need a small one. Perfect. And the rest we can put back in its little case. Okay, gonna come in with some art glitter glue, and I have this quick stick. I will link everything that I possibly can in the description box below, as well as if there's alternatives and some of this stuff you may just already have. So I'm trying to not put down too much glue, but this dries clear. So don't be alarmed if you get a little bit on the outside of your pearls. I did get a little bit on the outside of the one I showed you in the beginning of this video, and it dried clear. So don't stress that out. If you do see like how I got that, it'll dry clear. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to switch it up, go up here, pick up that. So these little jewel pickers and stuff like that are great for sequins, pearls, and all your embellishments. Okay. And then we have one more. And you can put these anyhow you want to on the card. I'm just choosing to do it in the corners today. Okay. And then we'll bring back in that panel that we cut before. I'm not going to glue it down because I want to wait till those pearls dry and don't move on me too much. But that kind of completes our card today. If you want to spray some, like, if you have some glitter spray or anything like that, you can most certainly do that as well. Just remember that you can splatter some water on here and get a distressed look and all that. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. Make sure you check out the store at katescraftedcloset.com. Coupon code is SAVE5 for $5 off of your order of $25 or more. And as always, $3.99 shipping, which is pretty decent. I want to thank you all for joining me, and have a crafty day, y'all.